on the line. This is ETHS Varsity versus Nova Rocket League. We are straight into game number 1. And look at that. It is Emwa, Patience, and I believe I saw a name of Tactical Whiff. Oh, Tactical Wolf, maybe? Either way, I'm loving it. ETHS already shooting to my standards.
Fantastic. Action underway. Early opportunities abound here for the side. Now, another one. It is, I'm going to say, Gweep me now. I'm a little unsure exactly how, but a solid challenge here. First goal, 46 seconds all it takes. Defense just a bit awkward, but Nova, RL2, get us started.
Oh boy, that was a excellent pronunciation, Gaugen, there. And that is our first goal already. Nova Rocket League 2. I have my predictions set up for ETHS Varsity, but they are coming out heated, ready to play. There's no doubt about that. They're already firing away shots again. The defense of ETH Varsity, no doubt, battle-tested here to begin.
Absolutely. They've got their work cut out for them, but Patience will get it started. Looking for a clear. M1 now to the side wall, but you can see the call-offs. Communication important here for ETHS as they look to push up. Got to make sure that everybody knows exactly where the other is heading, but Powerful Lord comes through for a shot now to the back wall, up in the air. Doogie looking for Guip. That is quite the cacophony of names here, but shot doesn't ring through. Defense still stands strong, although it's a bit low to the ground here for ETHS. Elevated in contrast here by Nova. They're looking to the skies to try and find this goal. Backboard being friendly. Infield pass. Guip, though, not in time to the ball. Cleared away, and ETHS see their way out.
Well, and you had a couple opportunities there where ETHS were double committing on defense. It's really difficult to have that communication be crisp, especially when the shots are ringing out from so high. So that team definitely needs to freshen up the communication a little bit. But here's the thing, Gaugen, like we said, best of 5 rolling out here in this matchup. Tons of time here for the players to get settled.
Absolutely. And it continues to tick off the clock in the first game. And plenty of opportunities for them to get fairly acclimated to each other. We'll see if ETHS can get the response they need here in regulation. This one trickles in front, goes post to post, but a save is sent aside. And now another big challenge, and thankfully Guip is back in the right spot at the right time to get a nice solid touch away. Goes to the wall for the second, but control not quite there, and everybody waiting to eat that midfield boost, but not spawning at the premier time. Leaves a window for ETHS, but second shot not quite coming through. And Guip has just been kind of sitting here waiting to cherry pick for this opportunity. He pushed up a bit too far, and Nova, they were eyeing up the counterattack before it even started. You had to admire the gumption there, but goes by the wayside. And ETHS, as much as they were forced to defend in the opening minute, they haven't had to do a whole lot of it here continuing on. All they need is the goal to tie things up.
That is all that it takes here. Emwa doing their absolute best to get exactly that, the equalizer that could lie before them. That shot, unfortunately, ringing out a bit high. Tactical Wolf, though, doing a great job getting in front of that shot. While Nova Rocket League 2 have expressed some dominance in this aerial firefight, I'm impressed by the way that ETH Varsity have still managed to clamp down upon these shooting chances and gotten some quick counterattacks as well. That is great ball control there from Emwa, careening down the sideline, getting some reinforcements as well, maybe to take the shot. The dump pass off the Tactical Wolf almost lands in for them, but the interjection from Nova Rocket League 2 comes out in the line, the goal line away from Doogie. Big save there. Nova 30 seconds from a Game 1 victory.
Oh, and nearly there for the second goal, but saved aside, it does feel like ETHS have all of the pieces of the puzzle, save for the one that enters the back of Nova's net. That really is the crucial juncture here. Emwa with a little half flip touch, but gets Demon on the way through. So Guip is trying to center this up, and it's a dish that gets the defenders in a frenzy. Nova find a late 2-goal lead here, trying to secure game one. Very solid push from the corner. Tough angle to read. Powerful Lord had the pressure despite the defensive mistouch, and Nova 2 up by 2.
Well, here's the thing as well. I mean, we had that demolition on the goal line. Nova said, okay, if these passing high aerial plays aren't going to do it, let's throw the defense in a frenzy as well. They do that with a demo. They do that with some great passing as well. And just like that, Nova Rocket League 2 have secured their Game 1 victory. A long way to go still in this best-of-5 series, no doubt, but an early win here for Nova and a shutout against their opponents here is a great indication for them.
Right on. It's an early victory, but it is a solid victory right there, because ETHS had plenty of glowing opportunities themselves, but just lacked that clinicality when it came down to the end of the sequence. They could not find the back there. Plenty of saves for Nova as well, so solid defensive stand. And you know that age-old saying that coaches across any sport will tell you that defense wins championships. And for Rocket League, you know, it's debatable. Some defenses maybe perform a little harder than others on their way to winning, but the point still stands. You're going to have to put up that brick wall every now and then, and the fact that they kept ETHS out for the entirety of that first game does speak volumes to the power of Nova here to dictate the pace of the game, make sure that ETS aren't getting the opportunities they like, which therefore forces ETHS into the opportunities that they need to make rather than the ones that they want.
Yeah, it's hard to decipher exactly what their game plan is, sometimes on offense for ETHS, but there have been some plays that I've really appreciated as we hop into this game number 2. I'm focused on their passing plays. There was one moment where Emwa, instead of rounding it around the corner, that rudimentary offensive rotation, cut it inside and had a back pass to Tactical Wolf. Those are the kind of creative plays that we were hyping up earlier on in the broadcast. Those are the kind of unique plays that I want to see in this game. But that ball is going to take a solo roller, a bouncer into the net of ETHS.
Oh, massive touch, though, to fall on it. It's Guip who now has all 3, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, of this Nova squad's goals. So an extended hat-trick, if you will, over the course of 2 games, but still good for something here as Nova get the early lead, try to establish that pressure as early as possible. And you can see it's only continued here. Another launch from the side wall, and this corner has been a point of contention all series long thus far for Nova to jumpstart their offensive opportunities. Meanwhile, big clear down the mid towards the back wall. No read immediately. Emwa goes for a slower touch towards the top of the backboard, though, and does not come to fruition. Doogie now looking for a flip reset, and you can see just how quickly Nova have turned this around and sent ETHS searching for more, but who else other than Guip to get his 4th and Nova's 2nd of the game.
You know what? I was crediting ETHS on their creative passing plays, but I can't ignore that play right there. The vigilance, the awareness that it takes for the players to make pinpoint accurate passes like that to earn the goals is just incredible. From Nova Rocket League 2, I really like what I'm seeing from this team in terms of their synergy and, let's be honest, their ability to feed the beast. Guip is looking unstoppable in this matchup and continuing to find the back of the net for Nova Rocket League 2. ETHS, they're going to have to end this scoring drought, and soon, if they want to compete in this match.
The only way to respond is to bring back some firepower of your own. Top corner bounces off both posts here. Save attempt is off the angle. Doogie will get credited with this goal. It's an absolute rocket that only gets stopped by the woodwork itself, hanging on by mere pixels. But unfortunately, the scramble on defense again has been the difficulty here for ETHS. It bites them again. 3rd goal of the game, and Nova starting to get into a massive territory of control in this series.
Yeah, Rocket League can be about establishing that control, and with the shots and the controversy that they've created on the backline of ETHS, they seem to have them frantic enough to establish that control, that dominance in this game. That pass off the backboard very much spinning ETH defense out of control as well. If Nova can continue these high passes to get the defenders out of the way, then they will open up that scoring lane again and again. Nova Rocket League 2, as they come up this halfway point of game number 2, they're going to hope to defend as well as they've put shots on. They've done that on that attempt, but Emwa takes this midfield. If there was a shot taker there, it was a good setup, but unfortunately for ETHS, it goes the other way.
And ETHS have done a solid job here of trying to find the middle of the field as quickly as possible, but unfortunately Nova shuts that down, and then the attack sort of falls off from there rather quickly. Guip is waiting ever so patiently for this 100 boost and maybe more. I thought it was a disconnection, but not to be. Instead, Doogie will try and take advantage of the confusion here, but picked off in the middle of the field. And again, ETHS, solid opportunity here. Actually, they've gotten 2 really nice blocks, but you love to see that strung together into a scoring opportunity. The ball goes begging from the net, though, and instead it's converted on the other side. So you can see just how strong Nova are continuing to push on this target time and time again. Their counters are just looking that bit more efficient. That could be all it takes. That's a solid touch on, though. Could find its way through, and tactical whiff. Would have been a masterful redirect there, but back the other way we go, and who else other than Guip to get another goal?
Well, listen, I mean, you can tell that Guip is using every ounce of boost, is picking up very intentionally, and using it for those goals as well. We've seen ETHS Varsity actually percolate some good opportunities here and try to set fear in the eyes of Nova Rocket League 2. But we can see how that just hasn't worked out for them. The finishing factor is lacking for this team, but they've got a good counterattack rolling here. Powerful Lord is that last defender there to take it away. Guip with a pinch play as well. And ETHS are going to fail to score once again, bringing it back the other way as quickly as possible.
And this Nova side knows that they have the aerial control. They want that ball to get up there so they can beat ETHS to these challenges. It's exactly what happened on the defensive push to keep away that scoring opportunity for ETHS. And up into the air again. Nice redirect from Doogie, but it doesn't quite end up centered up, so played off to the side. Guip now trying to hit Powerful Lord on a bit of an egregious pre-jump here. Goes all the way back, but Doogie's there on the read. Gets massively bumped by Powerful Lord, so Nova not with the cleanest defensive rotations, but they've got the time to resume their possession here. Series scoreline thus far 6-0 for Nova. They are keeping the clean sheet heading into the closing moments of game number 2 and looking to make this as quick of a best of 5 as they possibly can here, Pyro. Last opportunity goes by the wayside, out to the corner. One last touch, centered up here. Doogie's there for the shot, but 2 collide. Patience will get a clear. We keep this ball alive just for a bit longer before Nova claim their second win of the series and advance to match point.
Well, how about that? Guip continuing to establish dominance in this series. Now officially with not every single goal for that Nova roster. Doogie did walk away with 1, but no matter how many goals you kind of see on the board right now for Nova, what's very clear to me right now is that this other team of ETHS needs to find some stopping power here. I think some of their best chances were when they stifled Nova on their offensive fronts and took it around for a counterattack, so close to making Nova punish on these overcommitment plays. But then you have people like Powerful Lord who are so quick on the recovery and taking that ball away. Counterattacks may appear to be their best chance of ETHS to get back in this game, though Galgan, that's a tough strategy to rely on.
It truly is. I do like that call for counterattacks because ETHS, like I mentioned in Game 2, were doing a good job of centralizing the ball quickly and making sure that it was in a relevant area, but unfortunately, the part that comes next is getting the ball on target, and we saw a very brief glimpse of the scoreboard there in Game 2. If you saw close enough, 0 shots registered on target from ETHS as a team. Tough look there because basic arithmetic will tell you that in order to score, you must shoot. But also, we know that in Rocket League, to get a shot on goal, the ball needs to hit a certain threshold, get close enough to the goal. We already see our first shot on, actually, for ETHS here, courtesy of Emwa, but back the other way goes Powerful Lord, and it is reciprocated. So, early moments of Game 3, chances for both sides, but Nova, again, taking to the skies where they feel, oh, so comfortable. Big block, though, from Emwa at the near post denies an obvious scoring opportunity.
And you know what? The biggest thing about ETHS that I said earlier, not just these counterattacks, but their deep roster. They can bring in members of their team at any point they want. We see that substitution. It is Joey on the field in place of Tactical Wolf. And that could be the X factor for ETHS Varsity to string in some new blood here and see if they can attack. Despite their 0 shots registered in the last game, they are not without opportunities. It's just some of their shots haven't been as precise as they may hope for them to be. With Joey's interception there, with Emwa slow playing this ball, it looks like maybe some opportunities could still come by for ETHS.
Oh, massive patience, though, from Powerful Lord, and a really nice pickoff there from Patience. Unfortunately, falls right into the hands of Doogie, so you can see that Nova are just omnipresent here on the pitch, and a bit too much against their own run as well. Double up, and now one of them finds themselves demoed. It's Guip down. Doogie comes through, looking for more, takes to the sky, backboard, second touch opportunity, third as well, more of a pancake against the back, but does not come to fruition. Shot opportunities abound here for Nova. ETHS, they keep it clean for now with about 3 minutes to play. I'm interested to see here as well, Pyro, about that sub difference. Obviously, you want all 3 of your players on your roster to be performing at peak level here, but it could be Joey to give this squad the jump start. For the time being, they've kept Nova out of the back of the net, but doesn't seem like Nova have necessarily slowed down in the pressure that much, although there it is. Emwa gets on the board first for ETHS.
Emwa's gonna kiss the competition goodbye there, and with a meteor strike and a great read from Joey's tee-up, it's the first goal on the board for ETHS Varsity, and with that, a lead. So, maybe they're not out of the series quite yet at this point. Nova Rocket League 2 needs to find an answer, and maybe to another counterattack that is percolating. Patience with the shot. Guip avoiding the bump play to save that ball. Excellent defensive effort from Guip to keep this ball game at 1.
Really solid stuff here from both sides. You can see Nova not too happy with conceding. They're trying to push for it, but they've been stuck in this zone now. Opportunity. Guip will get a second touch. Falls into the hands of Doogie there. Now sent off of the sidewall. Follow-up is above the crossbar and not scored just yet for Nova. They look hungry for it. They look feisty to score this goal, but they've been a bit too happy on those offensive pushes to get close enough to each other for a double, and that leaves wide angles, but Emma denied by the post. Patience as well. Couple of saves ring out here for Nova, but all of a sudden kind of start asking questions about their defensive stagger back here, because ETHS Varsity, we talked about their counterattack potential. It's really starting to come to fruition here in Game 3. They're looking a lot more threatening.
Yeah, the fangs have been exposed. They're looking lethal out here, and maybe it's set fear in the eyes of Nova Rocket League 2. It very well could, as ETHS Varsity on another attack here. Joey just so quick to some of these challenges, though Guip with some great ball control. He'll slide right past one defender, give an air dribble pass to a powerful Lord, but that shot will go by the wayside as Emwa ready for the attack, exhausting so much boost, ready for the flick, bumping out a defender, teeing it up for Joey. Oh, the shot elevated just a little bit too high. They've still got a lead and a possession to work with, though. Emwa high off the side wall. Joey exhausting those resources again just to beat the ball first. Two defenders beat. A flip to the sidewall across the width of the field is going to keep them in control, but only for a moment's notice. Doogie could end the reign of supreme efforts of ETHS right here with a shot, and he'll do just that.
And when you've got a 1-goal lead in Rocket League, you've got to know that that is not safe. ETHS trying to go for the possession style there, killing time off the clock, but Joey turns that back into the hands of Nova and gives them control, definitely needing to adopt a bit different of a take towards that play, but no time to regret it here. 20 seconds and ETHS start to push back off the backboard. Joey takes the wide angle, everybody's missed it, and it gets to the bottom corner. ETHS, they get their lead back even later on.
Oh my goodness, if 1 goal wasn't enough for this crew, 2 will surely do it. Joey, the substitution of this roster, had the assist for the first goal, is the shot taker for the second, and he's ready to put ETHS Varsity on the map. Single digits on the clock, though, to hold on to this lead. Doogie gets out of a potential roll 1 situation. The pass upfield is to Doogie, but it doesn't connect. A final chance for them. It's in! At 0 seconds, Guib keeps this game 3 alive.
You see that opportunity marching down the pitch, and you know that's a goal. Absolutely. It's a long pass, the redirect unsuccessful, but it's bouncing out of the corner, and ETHS still looking for that defensive scramble when the time really matters here. They may have just found an absolute clanger, but what a save from Guip there, going off the own post. ETHS are not messing around. The most threatening opportunity we've seen from them all series long, but now Nova come to strike back the other way. Pulling off the opportunity, though, and wisely is Guip to make sure that this one stays in control and we calm things down a bit.
Yeah, it's a big question how ETHS Varsity are going to operate under pressure. It's a tense moment despite the pace of play slowing down a little bit here. Both teams trying to establish some semblance of midfield control. Joey has played a great third man role here, and with that double demo will momentarily have a 2v2. That respawn from Doogie, a player who's picking up boost and already wrapping around the ball, will keep things close. A clear front runner in OT, despite a couple good opportunities. Patience getting the better of that 50-50, stealing boost as well. ETH Varsity could be on another powerful attack here, and that is certainly the case. Patience wraps up the play and gives ETH Varsity a win.
Game 4 on the way. They're not done yet, and the strongest on form that we have seen ETHS tonight. Very solid display here. Joey coming in as the sub, sure made a difference here, but Emwa as well, notching that MVP favor. Massive performance there to jumpstart ETHS. A lot of what you need down in that 0-2 situation in the best of 5 is getting that early start, giving yourself the lead, and forcing yourself to defend said lead, because we called out ETHS for being pretty solid, at least in game 1, of keeping it a relatively close game despite not being able to score. Now all of a sudden they found their shooting boots and they're able to keep Nova at bay for as long as it takes to at least get that overtime win. It was a little sketchy at the end since they did have the lead, ETHS, with about 14 seconds left, but we knew Nova would have a strong 0-second opportunity. Nothing really indicated to us that they wouldn't be able to pull something like that off. So a great finish to Game 3. ETHS get the win. Would love to see them do it in regulation as opposed to being forced to go into overtime, but I'm nitpicking at this point. ETHS, they have 1 foot in the door. They've got 2 more wins to find.
Yeah, and you know what, you talked about Joey's role coming in as that substitute, getting the assist for the goal, first goal, the goal on the second one, but yeah, you can't doubt the MVP, Emwa. being that first goal scorer, it's so difficult to end such a long drought for a team after not scoring for 2 full games and then extending minutes long in game number 3. And while bucking that trend, saying, no, we can put goals on the board, and not just that, we can come away with a win as well. Patience with that overtime goal. Everyone on this roster has been involved in a goal in this game, and that could make this ETH roster fully capable of bringing this reverse sweep all the way back.
They still need to get the job done. Series not equalized just yet. Don't want to go singing all the way home at this very moment. Work to be done here. Nova trying to hold down the line here and find their own momentum on to the blue side of the pitch here, but Emwa has taken to the skies. All of a sudden, ETHS looking to have found a new, more threatening form here, but now screaming back the other way. You can see just how happy, again, Nova are to send two to the same opportunity. Powerful Lord looking for that janitorial touch, but does not connect with it. It's sent to the far post. Doogie now goes off the sidewall as well. Redirect not there. Defense a bit slow to react, but no present shooters for Nova just yet. They turn back around on the corner, denied at the crossbar. And ETHS now starting to elevate their defense, get into a relevant position, make sure that these shots don't end up in too threatening of positions, but Doogie will make sure to punch that one home. Nova get the lead.
Gotta say, with the crashing of the boards here, it was only a matter of time for Nova Rocket League 2 to come away with a goal here. They seem to have responded with vengeance after taking a loss against them, saying, no, this was not part of our script that we wrote. We were supposed to be the team of victory here. And although we have proven that Nova Rocket League 2 can bleed, they do not want to end up back in that situation again. So we'll see if it's the case that they hold on to this lead. ETHS Varsity, with their win in the last game, they started with that first goal. It's not the case this game, as Nova are going to look to hold on to that lead.
And we know that Nova are not necessarily content to sit on a 1-goal lead. They want more. They are happy to push for this one in front of the box. Couple of misses coming out here from everyone involved. Confusing play on both sides, but ETHS certainly going to look back on that opportunity and wish they had punched it home as it went dribbling along the goal line there. And now Nova have an opportunity back the other way, but the center's too slow, not connected on the pass through, and Doogie trying to block this, gets a 50 out to the opposite side of the field for Joey to pick up though. ETHS, again, this midfield presence needs to be spot on for the squad to make sure that Nova don't get a threatening push in, because if you give the ball to Gweep that deep in the zone like that, shot is obviously going to end up in a meaningful spot. Doogie, though, misses the rotation, and now both teams having to slow things down a little bit, make sure they're in the exact right spot that they need to be, because if they go screaming past this ball, it's an instant advantage for their opponents on the counter.
Ooh, and that counter looking very deadly from Powerful Lord, but do get it away. And yeah, every time I think with this 1-point game, it can be deadly. It can turn on either team at any time. We've seen ETH Varsity try to activate their counterattacks coupled with demolitions, and still Nova Rocket League 2 are resilient to the effort. So this is a team that, now that they have the lead, they tend to be very stubborn about holding on to it. Seem to grip the lead with all the force that they can and extend it where they will as well. It's Powerful Lord, who almost had the shot earlier, to tee up the pass from Doogie and cap it right into the net. This is a very dangerous position for ETH Varsity to be at. 0-2 with about a minute left.
It truly is go time for both squads here. ETHS trying to find that scoring form they had previously. Nova on the other side, they've really picked up the speed, thrown all the thrusters as far as they can go, and Emwa with a touch here that will likely get away, but Doogie doesn't have enough juice on that touch. Now a back pass attempt for control from Guip. It does work out. Gotta get out of each other's way though, but the ETHS defense is not ready to respond in time. Speaking of time, it continues to tick down here with 2 goals the better here for Nova, and the series lead, series point this game here, Pyro. 30 seconds to solve this differential for ETHS.
Come on, Joey, you were the difference maker here for ETH Varsity. If anybody's gonna pipe up here, could it be you? It looks so difficult with the Nova team that's appearing so consistent here, but that ball has a lot of range downfield here. Patience, what a great leap to keep this possession alive. Guip can't find the touch that they were looking for on that effort as well, but it's all for naught for ETHS Varsity. Nova Rocket League 2 hold on to that shutout lead that they'd showcased back in Game 1, now as well in Game 4, in a way bookending this series in dominant fashion. Nova Rocket League 2 are your winners.